Hey guys, this is North back again with another video. Today's video, I'm going to make a quick one about my wish list of the year of 2021, which fragrances I picked up off my list, which ones I did not, and what fragrances are on my list for 2022. So let's go ahead and get it going. Now I'm going to have 5 fragrances from my wish list of this year, 2021, and then I'll tell you 5 on my wish list for next year, 2022. The ones that I didn't pick up, unfortunately this year, the first one I'll mention is B. I did have an opportunity to pick up B, but my guy that I get a lot of fragrances from, he was charging almost $100 over what the retail price is. So I decided not to pick it up. You know, I could order it online and have it shipped here for less than that. So I didn't get a chance to pick up on B. It's still one that I really want to pick up. The next one on my list that I did not pick up was from the house of Molton Brown, and that was Labdanum Dusk. Now I'm a big fan of Milk Musk. I put that on my top 10 list of fragrances from this year. Labdanum Dusk, for some reason, when I first sampled it, tested it, when I was in the store, I really liked it. But when I went to go try it again to see if I wanted it, because they closed down the retail shop in the big mall here, and there's another place that sells Molton Brown. When I went there and I tried it, I just wasn't head over heels with it. So that's another one that I didn't pick up. Next one on my list, I'm going to mention 2 more actually, because I don't recall in the last video. There's one in the thumbnail, and then when I look at the list, there's a different one. So I'll mention both of them. The other one was Interlude 53. Interlude 53, I was really looking forward to at least getting my nose on, because the Interlude is just a very popular Amouage fragrance. They did shut down all the Amouage boutiques here, so Bloomingdale's and Harvey Nichols, they did not have any of those higher concentration ones, the Interlude 53 and the Reflection 45. But just a few days ago, they did get it in when I was in there, and I tested it. And it's nice, but what I realized from it is that, you know, I'm just not the biggest fan of Interlude 53 as far as incense fragrances go. It's a nice smoky fragrance, and the higher concentration one is also nice. It's a little bit smoother, but it's not something that I would be willing to pay, definitely not retail for. And if it landed, you know, in the little gray marketplaces or anything like that, it still would be still quite expensive. So I didn't get a chance to get that one either, but I'm happy I did get my nose on it. And the last one I'll mention before I get to the ones that I did pick up is Satori from Parfum Satori. This is supposed to be an incense oud based fragrance. I haven't had a chance to sample it, so we'll see what that is for next year. So as far as the ones that I did pick up on my list, the first one that I was able to get that was on my list was from the house of Zoologist Perfumes, and this is Ombre Cello. I didn't think that they were going to get it in so quick because it is a 2021 release. This one has bergamot, benzoin, myrrh, and tonka bean as some of the main notes. This one I do like a lot. I don't care for the opening of it. It does open up with citruses. It's a little bit messy in the opening, but the dry down is really nice. I did record a review of it on a previous video, and the dry down is in a similar ballpark to Myrrh Imperial by Armani Prive, but it's not like it. It isn't a sufficient substitute, but it's in that same ballpark of benzoin type fragrances. The last one that I was able to pick up, so I was only able to get 2 off my list this year, is from the house of von Eusersdorff, New York, and this one is Classic Opoponax. So Classic Opoponax has rose, Opoponax, vanilla, and castoreum is some of the notes in it. This one I got it from a fragrance retailer in the States. It was out of stock for a while, and then it finally came in. The positive about this brand is that the fragrances aren't that expensive, so that was good. And then I got 10% off on my first purchase, so it was around like $130 for it. Plus I had to pay to get the ship it here, but I wasn't head over heels with it like I thought it would be. I don't dislike it. It's almost like a second skin type of scent. It's not something that would end up on any of my favorites lists. The one thing that it did motivate me to do for the next year would be to invest in samples instead of blind buying. It seemed like it was a no-brainer, but had I sampled this before, this would probably be one that I would not have purchased. I don't think it's a bad scent, but it's not as great as I thought it was going to be. So again, that just motivated me to invest in samples. So I definitely will try to sample as much as possible, even if I have to order them when I'm getting like things from Amazon and stuff like that to ship to me here in Kuwait where I live. And then I'll get the samples that way before I'll blind buy. I'm definitely trying to cut down on the amount of blind buys that I do. So those are the fragrances that I picked up from my wish list of 2021. Now I'm going to go into my list of fragrances that are on my wish list for 2022. I'm going to mention 5 fragrances. The first one I want to mention is Mitzah from the Dior Prive collection. Now, as has been mentioned before, a lot of the Dior Prive fragrances that were discontinued, for example, are now only available in the Dior boutiques in Paris in 250 ml sizes, which actually isn't that bad. They're about 300 for the 250 ml size, and that's actually not that bad when you do it price per milliliter compared to other brands. So I do want to pick that one up. Some of the notes in that are incense, honey, labdanum, and amber. The next one that I want to pick up is from the house of Boadicea the Victorious, and that is Mayfair. Mayfair is one I wanted to pick up because it's supposed to be animalic. It's supposed to be similar to Leather Oud from Dior. So I did want to try to get my hands on that one. There is a retailer here that has a ton of Boadicea the Victorious fragrances. That's where I got Iceni, which smells like Myrrh Imperial. But of course they don't have this one. And Mayfair has beeswax, leather, civet, and oud. So that's another one I want to pick up off of my list. The third one I want to mention was on my list from last year that I didn't get, which was B from Zoologist. So B again has beeswax, heliotrope, benzoin, and vanilla. So I still want to get that one in my collection. Again, I'm going to try to just get samples of as many of these as I can, even before. This is something that I would just have blind bought had the price been right, but just try to turn over a new leaf and try not to waste as much money as I did the previous year. The next one again is going to be Satori. Satori is another one that I really want to get my nose on. This is supposed to be like the best oud incense fragrance according to one reviewer. And this one has vanilla, oak moss, oud, and incense. This is another one that I'm able to get samples of, so I'll try to pick up some samples of that one before I decide whether or not I want it. And the last one I want to mention is Dye's Aurorae from Antonio Alessandria. This one is an incense-based fragrance that, I do want to get in my collection. I'll see if I can get samples of it. This one has a number of notes, but some of the main ones are elemi, incense, beeswax, and honey. So again, those are the 5 fragrances that are on my wish list for 2022. We'll see if I get any of them this next coming year. I made a lot of purchases in 2021. A lot of them I regret, a lot of them I don't regret. So we'll see how I can declutter some of these things to try to, raise some funds for ones that I might want to get in my collection. But one thing I'm going to do is that, I'm just going to invest in samples. I'm going to spend my $4, $5, $6 to sample it instead of blind buying if I have the opportunity to. So those are my fragrances that were on my wish list from this year and what will be on my wish list for next year. What are some fragrances that you look forward to getting in the year 2022? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what are the fragrances that are on your wish list. Maybe I'll look them up. Maybe that'll be something that I'll check out as well. There are a number of fragrances here that you can test, but I wish there were more opportunities to get decants, for example, because it gets annoying going in the stores and sales associates like bothering you and stuff like that. So you know how it goes, guys, if you're in the fragrance community. So that's about it, guys. I'll see you on the next one. My next video will just be the wrap up of discontinued December, which we're on the 25th day. Today I am wearing spring leather from Ralph Lauren. So guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.